Hi guys, I think it's
Yes, I'm able to see.
afternoon time for you. So good morning and good afternoon both of you, Raja and Khan. So myself, this is Giri. I'm local community member of Microsoft, and as well as I'm the local community member of Amazon. So I'm working on SQL database and Azure and AWS cloud as well. In SQL Server, I'm working as a database administrator since from 7+ years. I'm passed out in 2012 from the BTech background, information technology, and I'm enthusiastic and work on the new trending technologies like AWS, Azure.
Sorry, Giri, your voice is very low.
Oh, let me increase the volume. Oh, sorry, this is Zoom. It is fine. Okay, I'll increase my volume then. My tone of that volume. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Just 2 minutes. Let me double check it. Yeah, here also increase it full. If it is not still, if it is down, then please keep me posted so that I'll increase my voice. Okay. So
No,
myself,
it's
I
still
introduced.
not audible.
Yeah, fine. So I worked on first. I joined in HCL. I worked on almost application testing engineer as 1.5 year. I've been to Accenture. I worked there more than 2 years, and then I'm working on one of the MNC right now. So I do have close to 7+ experience. I'm working as SQL DBA. I'm working as cloud architect, working on AWS and Azure as well. All multiple technologies in my project, and very rarely application testing as well. And that's it myself. You guys introduce about yourself. It's just 1 or 2 minutes is more enough. So please introduce yourself so that we can, teach in such a for example, if you are from background database architect level, then this trend is going to be pretty easy for you people, because you might be knowing already the architecture of the remaining technology, either SQL or non-SQL, whatever it is. So just introduce about yourself so that we can go move forward. Hope it is making sense, guys.
Welcome to Zoom.
Yes, please go ahead and introduce yourself, please, guys. Khan, Raja. Guys, are you there?
Yes, Giri. Sorry, I was talking on mute.
No,
So
that's
yeah,
fine. That happens. That happens. Even for me also, it
yeah.
happens sometimes.
So this is Khan. I've been working as Oracle DBA from last 10 years.
Okay.
Initially, I started as my career as a ASP.NET developer.
Okay.
Then I moved to Oracle DB.
Uh-huh.
Now I mostly work on Oracle databases, Mongo, and then Exadata, ZDLRA,
Okay.
all that stuff. We have a client here as Vodafone.
Uh-huh.
So my purpose of this is to learn. Basically, we support MSSQL,
Uh-huh.
but it's just 10-15%. But
Okay.
the market here in Sydney, in Australia, is more than the market share of MSSQL, much more than Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of doing this from last 3-4 years, and time being passing and passing. So I thought this is the right time. I mean, it's already late, but I mean, just want to grab or grasp the things as soon as I can do.
Okay.
That's my
Sure, we'll
purpose
do.
for this.
We'll definitely. Because basically you are from Oracle background and you are into Sydney region, right? Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So Oracle architect both are SQL only. Oracle is SQL and MSSQL server also SQL. So you can easily learn it. So there, what is the backups and all? Here, what we there you people is call it as incremental backup, full backup, incremental backup. So that is Oracle is similar kind of Linux codings, right? Similar kind of the command line, but
Giri,
here graphical user interface.
hello,
Yeah.
Giri. Looks like the voice is dropping in between. I mean, is it possible? Like, are you wearing the a mic with you, or
Yeah, I'm
because it's
using my mic. I connected to my Wi-Fi as well. So for every day I'm using the same headset. Same day I'm using the same thing. But nobody
yeah,
complained that there is a voice problem. So which internet you're using now?
I'm connected to the Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
It is a NBN, so it's pretty fast. Maybe I'm using my uh, laptop, and his voice is not that clear. Same with the Raja, I think.
Oh, okay,
So
let me ask Raja. Is it clear, Raja, or any some distractions in my voice? Raja, Raja, can you please speak? You are in mute. I'm going to unmute you. Raja, is it the same issue with you or
Yes,
you?
it's not clear for me also.
Okay, let me change my location. I was in one of the. Let me change my location. If it is, we will see how it is. Okay.
Okay.
Just I think minutes ago, I had one AWS Cloud interview. That is nobody complained it, but anyways, now might be. If it is still the problem, we'll drop and reconnect it. And another guy joined. Can I know your name, please, guy? This name.
It's me only, Giri. Actually, I am trying from this one directly from my phone because audio was not clear, no. So I'm just trying
Okay,
to connect from.
this is Raja, right?
Yeah, that's Raja. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just disconnect from here.
No problem. You can. That if it is comfortable for you, you can. But so far I speak little less, but now I think it is fine.
Giri, hello.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it's better now. Actually, I connect through my earphone, so it connected to
Yeah,
laptop.
now I think voice also I can able to hear you properly. There is no any distractions here.
Uh, Raja, you can also do same if you use your earphone. Maybe if you're using mobile phone, that will be good, I guess.
I'm
Yeah, maybe
using
I'm
I'm
just.
using headphones, laptop. Let's see if it is still. We'll continue some other way. Either we'll drop and reconnect, or I'll go and sit in some other location. Maybe, yeah, yesterday also I had some issues with the internet. Maybe I'll raise complaint to internet team, and so that we will increase the speed, increase the internet speed. That's not an issue. If the issue is still continuous, please ping me out, so that I'll change the location so that we will see the good internet bandwidth. Okay, guys, let me continue.
I think it's better now, Giri. Let's continue. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So Raja, can you introduce about yourself, please?
Hi. I'm also working with.
Hello, Raja. Looks like you joined through two
Hello.
places. Hello. So there is an echo when you are speaking. So
I
looks
think I
like
need to disconnect from my either my phone or from my laptop. It's giving trouble here.
Okay,
yeah.
one laptop phone I kept it mute. That you can use the laptop. You can speak, Raja, now. Oh, he dropped from phone.
Okay, let's manage with this laptop only for now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, hi Giri. I'm working as a Oracle DBA with Mahmood. We both work together for Oracle for
Oh,
Vodafone account.
okay.
Okay, so I'm working. I'm in this DBA field. I'm from last 15 plus years.
Okay.
Okay, so as Mahmood said that we just want to equipped with the new skills. So we just thought of catching the MSSQL train.
Okay.
So here we are for your help.
Okay, that's fine. Definitely, that is our agenda, right? So I'm gonna teach this MS SQL server to you guys so that you can practice on your own in your home. So practice makes man perfect. You guys already know. So let me start my demonstration here. so that you will get to know what I'm going to cover it in the next coming sessions, and what are all the topics I'm going to discuss, and what is my process, what is the way of my process. So these are all everything will be included in my training. So I'll explain you each and everything right now. So you guys can see my screen. Here, the database administrator. What is the roles and responsibilities of the particular database administrator? Oh, just a minute. I actually thought of preparing. Hey, hi Tushar. Welcome to the SQL server. This is just a SQL server training.
Hey Giri, this again echo when you are speaking.
Oh, I need to keep my headphones in my mouth. Then only that echo is not coming. Now I think echo is not coming, right?
Still there is.
Okay, I'll change my location. Let me see. Okay, I'll keep in mute. Just 2 minutes, please. Guys, can you see it now? How it is? I was just, I turned it off my TV. A lot of devices is connected to Wi-Fi.
No, so Giri, the issue with your audio.
It should be.
Yeah, so when you speak once, we can hear you twice.
I didn't get you.
So there is an echo.
That echo is because of your double speaker. Now can you see? Now echo will not be. Echo is there now?
No, not now.
Not now. Because of Raja, he was in unmute. That is why echo is coming. 2 times my voice is repeatable.
No, I disconnected from my mobile. I'm just using my laptop, so there should not be any echo from my end.
Okay,
that's good. Now we can
that's
carry
good.
on.
So whenever if you want to speak with me, please unmute and speak. After once, if your voice task is completed, please keep it in mute so that we will not face any problem. Okay.
Okay.
So that's fine. So let me introduce Tushar. Tushar is working in Accenture. He is looking for another training. He just joined for this meeting ID today, just to see how I'm teaching, how is my kind of the way how I'm going to demonstrate. It's just kind of seeing here. Hey, welcome Tushar. So I'm going to start SQL DBA training.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Thank you
this is
so much.
only for weekend training, and for AWS Cloud weekdays. So I think you're looking for AWS training, so we'll continue in the weekdays training. Okay, weekdays
Okay.
another batch is going to be happening since from Monday, so we will continue from Monday onwards. Okay, either Monday or Tuesday. I did not decide yet. We'll start that later on. Okay, this is
Okay.
mainly for SQL. So you guys can see my screen, right? So what mainly our guys DBA roles and responsibilities is installing SQL Server, configurations, upgradations from lower version to higher version, and a couple of administration tasks, and everyday health checks, housekeeping, monitoring and maintenance of the databases, backup and restores. These are all a lot of roles and responsibilities our DBA guy has to do. So the next thing is the primary role of particular DBA. Not only every time backup and restore, data integrity, data consistency, and also data scalability and reliability. These are all not always. We do need to do a couple of things as well. That is, always we need to make sure our database are accessible and designing and based on our customer needs, performance tuning. In couple of times, we need to tune performance, finding the optimization of the performance of particular application or databases. That is also our roles and responsibility. And if any new customer is arrival to your project, new customer means new client. either new customer or new dealer or new client. Based on the requirement, we have to provisioning our capacity based on the needs, based on the requirement, based on the application requirement. You have to provisioning your capacity of Windows or Linux, whatever the server is, and what is the requirement of SQL Server storage capacity, memory capacity, and how many disks you want. These are all comes under capacity issues. Next, data replication. Why we want data replication? Just if something disaster recovery happen, high availability, disaster recovery. These are all the main role is for the DBA guy. Okay. Now, why DBA is most popular in outside the market? As Khan told me just minutes ago, he said in Sydney, Oracle, which is the best competition in the world, mainly SQL Server. They have a lot of features comparing with another DBA technology, not DBA, database technology. So SQL Server is giving most wonderful features which you can utilize, and also performance in the latest versions are really scalable, and they are working like they're boosting their technology, like they're migrating from on-premises to the cloud. They are giving the features, and it's wonderful features. We can see it in the future as well in my training. So the most essential is DBA guy in every organization. Without DBA there is no project. Without DBA, there is no project at all. DBA is one of the backbone of that project. If he takes leave, every guys will be wondering if something goes wrong, who will be taking care of. That is the backbone of any kind of project, and we have to create a database and organizing the data. These are all it's there in our hand, and you always need to define and design in better approaches always, not like default whatever go and implement. That is not the best practices. Always you need to design in efficiently based on your organization requirement, your company requirement, your project requirement. Based on the needs, you need to keep it in mind. You need to implement it always. That is most important. And one more thing, DBA is always should be good skilled guy. Okay. So what we need to know? We need to know SQL commands and database designing and how the RDMS is gonna work, and basic idea about Windows operating system, right? Basic idea. And you should ready to face challenges and troubleshooting the issues immediately as soon as possible. Those are the most important. Now, as Khan told me, he's working as similar kind of junior DBA, some 10%, 10 to 15%. That's it. He's not taking much work on the DBA, SQL DBA. He's only working on some 10 to 15%. He decided to stepping stone as from Oracle to SQL DBA. So here we do have levels. One is query designing level, junior, middle level, senior, and consultant. Consultant means which is similar kind of SME, subject matter expert. I'm SME. I'm a consultant. Now managing and directing of database administrator, you do have that kind of skills. The normal functionality of DBA in any kind of organization, here you go. You can see my screen here. Planning, designing, implementing operations, and sometimes you need to train as well. So training means like you need to provide for your juniors or seniors, whatever it is. You need to provide training for them. If you hired any junior employee, you need to teach them. DBA guy should be in such a way. You need to develop yourself. Okay, you need to be ready to teach. So these are all the most important. As I told you previously, functionalities and levels. Here also types of DBAs. One is system DBA, database architecture, database analyst, modular, application DBA, task oriented, and performance analyst. I will make you all these types of DBA. End of my training. Not now. End of my training. You can easily do whatever the task we will get it, right? So these are all we require. Normal activities on day to day is performance monitoring, tuning, database availability, security, backup and restore and recovery, data integrity checks. If you have any migration or releases, some patchings or upgradations, cumulative updates, we need to perform. That is our DBA task. Now, performance monitoring is like where the work is loading, optimization, cost cutting. Also, we need to keep it in mind. These are all the workloads entire your project. Now, high availabilities. Always we need to make sure we need to implement high availability. If something goes wrong with your primary replica, primary server, you should be ready to scale up your application. You should ready to deploy your application to another server. That's disaster recovery and high availability. That we'll discuss in the future, not now. Next, backup and recovery is our main agenda. That is, if something software error or human errors or some application problem, we need to recover it immediately. That's our duty. Next, one more most important thing is 24/7, the availability. Our DBA guy should not say, "Hey, I want to only work on daytime. I don't want to work on nighttime." You should not say that. Our presence needs most important for any kind of organization. We should be ready. We should be ready to fix any kind of bugs, either in application, either in our like local database servers. Everything needs to be fixed. That is our main duty and fault tolerance as well, right? Now queries. Let me spend some 1 or 2 minutes of time on the queries. So we should be ready to write any small queries, not complicated queries, small queries like creating database, altering database, backing up, recover. And in Oracle database, there is no graphical user interface. Guys, will you agree for this point, Khan and Raja? In Oracle, there is no graphical user interface. Will you agree for this point?
Yeah, we now have the graphical
Oh, in the
interface
latest
OEM.
versions, right?
OEM we have
Oh,
GUI.
VM, yeah, that's fine. VM we will be having, but I'm talking about database level, not virtual machine level, database level. Okay, but in MS SQL Server, everything I'll teach
No,
you in MS SQL
Giri,
Server. Yes.
Mehmood here. So Raja was saying we have OEM in the Enterprise Manager, where mostly works can be done on GUI in Oracle.
Sorry. You mean to say OVM you're using for graphical user interface?
OEM, Oracle Enterprise Manager.
Yeah, that I know. And that one I know. So, but that is one of the latest, right? In older version, you have that.
Yeah, OEM since 9i actually.
Okay, that is one of the beauty I think in Oracle. So, but in MS SQL Server, I teach you in both ways. One is, if for example, if I ask you to create one database, I'm going to teach you in both ways. One is like creating database by using graphical user interface, creating database by using character user interface. Both I'll teach you so that it's going to be pretty easy for you to manage in your live project. Both I'm going to teach you. So next thing is what are all the tools is required for us. The tools also I'll teach you, and whatever the tools I'm using in my real-time project, that also I'll teach you. That we will discuss in the coming sessions. So this is just one kind of critical part. Let me open my course content. I'll minimize all course content. Okay, here you go. So this is my course content. If you want it, I'll zoom it. So what I'm going to discuss, like roles and responsibilities of DBA daily. Whenever we started our class, we'll go one by one, whatever it is. This course content is containing 7 pages. Can you see? 7 pages. So prerequisites, if you wanted to do any kind of task, what are the prerequisites, installing, how we will install, post installation verification checks, everything I'll discuss one by one. And system level databases, user level databases, every day one session. Like weekend, you guys are preferring weekends, right? So on an average 2 to 3 hours, Saturday 2 to 3 hours, Sunday 2 to 3 hours. This is only weekend class. If you want, we will extend more than 3 hours also. That's up to your decision. And security constraints, authentication types, Windows authentication, SQL authentication. These are all we'll discuss. How to create user, how we will grant specific permission to each user, not full user, specific permissions. Like you always don't give full admin permissions to any kind of user. Nobody will give full admin permissions. So what we are going to do is we will specify particular permission, privileges, what kind of privileges we want to provide. That and all will ensure the permissions and policies, password policies. Can you see password policies? How, what are all the policies? What are those we need to implement? That I'll teach you later. Recovery models of database. This is module 5. I define module wise. Can you see? What first day is module 1, second day is module 2. Module 2 is like installation, configurations, upgradations, migrations. Module 3 is functions and functionality of the databases, introduction of database, user level database, and system level databases. What are all those? Definitions, everything. Now, architecture of database. So I hope you guys know architecture of Oracle database. Here also similar kind of same, only little bit modifications. Little bit modifications that I'll teach you. How to add one file, MDF, NDF, LDF, primary file, secondary file, log file. How to add a file, how we will renaming the database files if it is really required, and also real-time scenarios. So on what basis we want to change the files names from one location to another location, renaming files. These also I'll discuss, real-time scenarios. Next one is security that we already discussed. Recovery models of, this is modules 5, this is section 5. Recovery models of databases that we'll discuss. Difference between models and recovery models. These are all my, the course content. And database backups and operations and restorations. What are all the types of backups? Can you see it here? Types of backups are 8 types. Full backup, differential backup, transaction log backup. And in Oracle, there is one backup called as incremental backup. Am I right? In Oracle, it is called as incremental backup. So here we will call it as tail log backup, copy only, mirrored, split backup. These are all the backup strategy and retention policy. We'll discuss each and everything. When to perform backup, and what scenario we will perform log backup, and real-time issues. If we face any issues, how to fix them. This is the main advantage. Real-time issues fixing, troubleshooting real-time issues in my client, and how we will shrink the log file. I hope you guys are syncing in Oracle, right? To release the free space to the disk, operating system disk. The same way I'm gonna teach you in the MSSQL server. Next one is automation. Now, every company is hiring employees mainly to do their manual work to implement as automation. Everything is automation nowadays. That is one of the service in SQL Server that comes under module 7. So you don't require any human manual intervention here. Automatically everything will be done in back behind. What you need to do as a DBA guy, what you need to do, you have to define and configure automation process in your project that is related to the agent service. One of the agent services is available in MSSQL server, so we can implement that. Okay. Before that, guys, is it making sense? What I'm explaining now, this is just theoretical part.
Yes, Giri, that's understandable. But I have one suggestion actually.
Yes, please.
Maybe you can make your course more better and more appropriate for the professionals. Remember, like you said, you also have like the list of questions, the interview question, which can be asked on an interview.
Yes.
Right. So regarding a particular module, when we are covering a module, it will be great if you can, list out like what are the questions which can be asked in this module, right?
I truly understand.
While covering, and while covering those topic, you always relate those things, like so it will be helpful for us.
So that is the beauty of my training. You don't need to tell me. I'll show it to you the previous course. That is the beauty of my training. So this course is I did not taken from anywhere. Just open anyone. Okay, any one page. These are all the paint. Clearly, I'll mention what are all the real-time questions. For example, yesterday I teach. Yesterday I was teaching what is it called as replication. Where is the replication here? Just press rep. Yeah. Can you see replication? Yesterday I teach replication for the previous batch. Just a minute. Here, what are all the types of, here I covered 7 interview questions. 7 interview questions is, what is the publication? What is the subscriber? What is the distributor? Question number 3. Fourth one is, how you will add articles into the replication. Question number 5 is, what are all the types of replications? Question number 7 is, what are all the prerequisites to configure replication? Question number is, what is the difference between full subscription and push subscription? See, just one topic I covered 8 questions. 8 questions. So in day to day, whatever I'm teaching, I will give you this is interview question, this is interview question, how you will say the answer. This is just one diagram yesterday. I just yesterday, you can see that. Right click on it, go to the properties. When I created it, 31st of January. Okay, 31st of January, I created it. So everything, pin to pin, I'll draw it in a paint diagram. Pin to pin, I'll draw it in a paint diagram. And also the beauty of my training is, I'll record the session, I'll upload into Google Drive, and I'll share that link to you guys. That is one of, next, one more thing is, I would like to tell you, everything, whatever I'm covering, I'll give you the T-SQL script. Without T-SQL script, I will give you more than 500 scripts. Please keep it in mind. If you want, you can see it, my scripts here. This is scripts, go to scripts folder. Oh, see how many scripts I'm going to give it to you. If someone is asking you, hey, how can you find the blockings? Can you see? To find the blockings, just open my query, copy this script, execute it in SSMS. How much it is going to be simple? Just open your SSMS. So on an average, more than 100 questions I'll cover it in my entire day-to-day training. For each module, I'll explain you this is going to be interview question because I'm the taking interview in my project. I know what I'm going to ask them. I know what I'm going to ask them. And also one more the beautiful thing I would like to show you is, I already documented what I'm going to ask. I already documented. So if you want, you can open the previous batch. So drive is called as, So 14th batch already completed. Your batch is going to be my 15th batch. So I'll open this. Just a minute, it's opening. Okay. So you can see this is the 14th batch. You can see whatever I'm doing it in with my live training. So just a minute, let me refresh it. And also real-time, similar kind of live activities. You can see my real-time project as well, but not every day. Sometimes whenever it is really required, I'll teach you that as well. Real-time project, what kind of issues you'll get in real-time project. For example, when I'm talking about replication, where is the paint diagram? No, not here. Let me go and open MySQL. So go to desktop, replication. So when I'm talking about replication, not only simple replication theoretically, I will also provide you the theoretical part like presentation. Some 10 to 20 minutes is presentation, 10 to 20 minutes is like this. If I draw like this and if I show it to you, can't you understand what is replication? And then the demo, that is practical. So everything will be pin to pin. I'll draw a diagram, and the live scripts also I'll give it to you. Live scripts and recordings I'll give it to you. And if you look onto the drive, you can see the files. The files is like whatever I'm going to design my own hands with my own hands. Let me show it to you. I'm not really sure why it is not happening. Yeah, it's opening. So now files. This is the drive. I'll give the link to you every day. Can you see my files? It's own defined by me. 8 years of experience is not a small thing, right? See now, these are all the Word documents. If someone is asking about indexes, you can open it. It may be some hardly 2 or 3 pages. That's it. Not more than that. Okay. If someone is asking about Deadlock. Can you see? Just a minute. 1 minute, guys. One minute, guys. Okay, guys. So everything is. I'll open the paint diagram. I'll just a minute. I'll open the paint diagram. For example, if any log shipping, I'll teach you log shipping. Why log shipping? What are all the prerequisites? What are all the interview questions? For example, log shipping. I'll draw a diagram like this. This is Windows box. Just this is one sample. This is one Windows box. I hope you guys can hear me. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Windows 1, Windows Server 1. Either you can call it as 1 or 2, whatever it is. The naming is up to our decision. Here, one DB will be log shipping. I'm talking about. Log shipping is one of the disaster recovery. This is Windows Server 2. Now imagine one server is in Sydney region, Australia Sydney region. This is in Sydney region. This one is in somewhere Virginia region. Now how we will ship the logs? By using agent. SQL agent. Excuse me. SQL agent. So whenever you are scheduling this by through the jobs, whenever you're scheduling here, first the transaction will come and hit. The transaction come and hit agent by using jobs. Okay. Now it will trigger a job to the destination server. That is called as standby server. So normally we can call it as this is primary server. Primary server. This is secondary server. Secondary we can call it as or standby. Okay. In this case also, what I'm going to teach you is how we will load the balance, load balancing, high availability, clusters, disaster recovery. Everything will pin to pin. I'll cover it. Now, interview question is what is primary server in log shifting? What are all the prerequisites? In interview questions also I'll cover. That is my main agenda and beauty of my training. You don't know what I'm going to teach you now, because future you don't know, right, what I'm going to teach you, how I'm going to teach you. Everything pin to pin I'll draw a paint diagram. If I draw paint diagram, everything you'll keep it in mind. And also I will tell you real-time scenarios, few real-time scenarios. Why you always carry safety tire in your car? Can anybody tell me safety tire why it is required in car?
Emergency.
Yes, if something is happening wrong with your primary tires, it's emergency replace. So if you don't have emergency tire, what you can do, how much downtime is required? Again, you need to call some other technician. The technician, you don't know at what time he may comes. It may take some longer time. But if you have Stephanie tire, if you know how to replace it, that extra equipment spanners will be in your car, extra kit. Take that kit, remove the tire, whatever the puncture, replace it with the new extra Stephanie tire. You can continue your travel. So without tire, what you can be do? With tire, what you can do? Sydney is already a developed country. Australia is already a developed country, but India is still developing. So why we are always maintaining second cylinder in home? If primary cylinder is completed, it's end up with the fuel. What we can do, we will plug off and we will replace with the existing one, so that it will not uninterrupt your normal activity. Maybe some maximum 2 to 3 minutes, that's it. If you don't have that second cylinder, see how much you're cooking, whatever your mommy is preparing, either your mom or your dad, whoever is preparing, the cooker will be like, cooking process will get delayed. If you stop in middle of rice cooking, definitely that is goes off. It's a waste of rice. Again, if you start your cylinder, your flush, that's it. The rice will not that much tasty. So that high availability disaster recovery and clusters, I'll teach you everything in paint diagram, and also not only paint, and also I'll prepare my own documents. Can you see previous batch? This is the batch 14 guys. Can you see the name of batch 14 SQL DBA training? 2 guys joined previously, that is weekly batch. Today I cancelled the training. Today I just cancelled the training. You can see my charting. Because I do have go live activity. That go live activity is like new dealer is coming from on-premises to the cloud. So I do have that activity. That is why I cancelled that. It was supposed to be at 8 AM IST. Everyday class it is. I just told my guy, where is that? Yeah, here it is. So yesterday, before 1 hour, before 1 day itself, if I'm not able to attend the class, before 1 day itself, I will keep informing. No issues at all. So today morning session was postponed to today evening. The candidate is sitting in US. He's asking me to conduct at morning 9 to 11 AM as per their time, EST. So it's going to be my 7 PM to 9:30 PM IST. This is another batch. Maybe another 3-4 classes are pending for them. I may cover it in this week. After completion of this, I have planned to start AWS training as well. US is completely on weekend, so Saturday, Sunday only. Khan, is it right? So the videos will be uploaded. So can you see that videos? I'll open just a minute.
Agree, that's fine. I mean, this demo stuff is, for those people who are going to make mind. But see, we already have made our mind. So is it possible we can cover something today, or we are going to do this stuff today only?
So this is just demo kind of only. If you want it, I'll extend it. That's not a problem. Here only this session is only for you and Raja, not for others.
Yes.
Not for
So
others.
I think we are okay with the demo stuff. But if we can cover something today, it will be great actually.
Something cover means, what do you mean?
Maybe you can start with your first module.
No, that is what, right? Without explaining full, still it is pending. I mean, you just, in middle here, can you see? High availability concepts, what I'm going to teach you. I want to tell you, right? If any modifications, you need to request me so that I'll add those points in my course content.
Okay, so let's complete this. Yeah.
Okay, demo means like what I'm going to provide you and what you are expecting from me. So it is like a deal between both of us. Hope it is clear, right?
Yeah.
Just a minute. Okay. So main replication.
Before that,
Yes, please go ahead.
Giri, like how we'll be doing the practical sessions?
Here you go.
Do you have any centralized server from where we can log in and do something like that?
No, that is we have to build it, but I'm not sure whether I can promise you or not because that is required license key. That license key we need to purchase from Microsoft. But this one I'm using it now. Can you see? I have 2 servers already. Here I can practice on it. One is Node 1. Other one is SQL secondary server. Can you see? These are all this is SSMS tool. This tool is required to connect SQL server. So this tool I will utilize, and also it's not only directly we cannot go on the practice on it. So I'll go with the module 1, not now, maybe later also, but I will ask you to what is uninstalling, what are all the required. One by one we will go ahead, no problem at all. One by one we will go ahead, and it is mainly Step-by-step process is required. One more thing I would like to tell you, if you are expecting it is like fast track batch, please let me know. If you're expecting pin to pin, everything scratch to scratch, please let me know right away so that I'll plan accordingly, I'll implement it. Fast track batch means like maximum. Honestly, this course is required minimum 30 to 45 hours. Minimum. Max is up to us. The day to day, how we are discussing, how many questions you are asking. If you ask more questions, definitely that course will be extended. Day to day, the time hours will be extended. If you're not asking questions, I will be understanding that. Okay, you're understanding what I'm teaching day to day, so that is why you don't have any questions. So I'll skip it in 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is we as per our day. So please inform me before itself whether you want for fast track batch or whether you want pin to pin. I need to cover each and everything. You have to tell me, guys, whether you want fast track batch or pin to pin, everything scratch to scratch from basic level to advanced level, or fast track batch means like I will cover all together, but it will be little faster. Which one you are expecting? Let me know so that we'll plan.
I think we are having only weekend batches, right? So we have to design in such a way that we
Yes.
have to complete it within time. Like we discussed in a month, how much time it's going to take to complete it in the weekends.
That is what, right. Normally minimum 30 to 40 hours is required. The previous batch I started on Jan 1st. Still it is going on every day 1 hour. But 1 hour will think, but more than 2 hours also sometimes based on the topic. But not on an average 30 hours, guys. On an average 30 hours, 30 to 40 hours is required.
So yeah, that's fine. I mean, if
After
we
completion of training, if you really practice on it, definitely you'll get a lot of questions. If you come up with a lot of questions, 30 hours is not sufficient. I'm pretty sure 30 hours is not sufficient for us. We have to extend that hours. Tell me, guys.
We'll do one thing. Let's complete today's session.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll just decide how it's going to work out.
Okay. So anyways, another 10 minutes I'll complete it. So you understand, right, how my teaching will be, what are the course content. I told you, right, before, if for example replication starts, I'll explain you what is replication, how replication is required, what is the main agenda, what is the main requirement for replication, how can implement this in how can we implement in project, real-time project. So these are all I'll
yeah,
discuss. Next point is replication paint. I'll draw a paint diagram here so that you can easily remember. And while drawing paint diagrams, I'll definitely give you 4 or 5 questions. And next, I'll step in back to the demo. Demo means it's a real-time practicals. While practicals, again, I'll give you 3 or 4 questions for each topic.
yeah. So Giri, so there is a difference, right? So when you teach the students and when you teach the professionals, right? So, for example, when you draw the lines for the for the to make us understand the replication. So just keep in mind, like, we have been setting the replications like, Oracle databases like from 10 years. So we don't really need the definitions of the replications, So we most want like, what are the difference, you also keep in mind that we already aware of in what happens in a replication, how we set it in Oracle, but how it's different in MSSQL. That's our more concern. So it will be, make more sense to us.
That is
Am I
what
clear?
I'm giving a chance to you guys. You tell me what you're expecting, whether you want
Yes.
like,
So
that is what I told you, right?
yeah,
I hope you remember.
I'm pretty much happy with the fast track, provided our queries are answered.
Yeah, that will be definitely. Without that, no point in taking off training.
Yeah.
That I'll cover it.
So
That is what here definition means. At least in interview question, definitely they may ask you, what do you know about replication?
mhm.
So definitely, at least 1 minute, 2 minutes, I need to spend on the definition. I cannot just skip the definition, but at least instead of spending more hours, maximum less time, because you already know.
Yeah.
Even I am very pretty sure about architecture. Also, you guys know. But what is architecture in database level? I need to teach you. That is it. I mean, MSSQL
Yeah,
server, I need
yeah.
to teach you.
I really want you to spend more time on making us to understand the MSSQL architectures. I mean, once we know the architecture, I think the rest of the things become easy to understand.
Easy to understand. That is fine. Definitely, I'll cover it, right? So
Yeah.
that is what. If you look into that module 1 or 2, you can see the database architecture, database
And
introduction, database architecture. Can you see this point?
yeah, and regarding the MSSQL, I think nowadays the pretty much famous one is like the always on. So when you are like doing this covering the installation, so please cover us the always on installation for us.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So always on. You're asking always on, right? Normally for previous batch, what I have done is I actually they are working on real time project. So
Yeah.
previous batch, I'm telling you, they given their servers back to me and they told me to configure there itself. They told me to give demo there itself. I have done it. But if you want from my systems, then I need to launch some servers in cloud. I need to deploy always on there itself. I'll do it. That
Yes,
not an
man.
issue. In
No,
cloud, I'll
that
go
would be
ahead and I'll launch
required, man.
because in my local machine I have only one that is Windows distribution laptop machine. So if you want always on, then I need to launch servers in cloud. I'll deploy
Yeah, I
always on there
mean,
itself.
yeah, man. That is the thing. This is the demand of the day. So we can't. I mean, we don't expect you to. I mean, it's good to understand, but nowadays in industry basis being used as always on. So
Mhm.
uh, it will be our interest to understand this. This is the most focus on
Definitely,
this area.
definitely, you
Yeah.
don't need to worry about it. After completion of my training, tell me whether you understand or not. That is only one concern from my side. Without
Hmm.
understanding, without make you to clear interview, without and one more thing after my training, because in such a way I'll teach you. I'm definitely pretty sure I can give you 110% because the main here is like always on. So let me tell you always on. Always on has two. One is two modes. One is asynchronous and synchronous.
Yeah.
That I'll teach you here. For example, here asynchronous and synchronous. And one more beauty of always on is act as a high availability, load balancing, automatic failover. Three things. That is the beauty of always on. Always on is came from mirroring. Mirroring is the basic one. Always on is the advanced one. If you have listener server, if you have listener server, that's it. You don't need any kind of DBA guys. Your application connections thing will be listener server and all the data will read from the listener. If something happening wrong with your primary server, primary replica, this is called as primary replica. If something disaster happen to your primary replica, you don't need to go and provide manual failover here. You don't need to provide manual failover here to secondary replica. Automatic failover is happening here in always on. Only in always on and cluster automatic failover. Nowhere else. Mirroring also is there, but in mirroring, witness server is required. I'll teach in such a way, whatever you're expecting. Before starting module, definitely I'll ask one question. How can I teach you on what you're expecting for this module? I don't know what is there in your project, right? I don't know whether you will internally move to SQL Server or you will search job in outside. Based on that, I'll teach you. Nothing to worry. And even for cluster, if you guys are really interested, for cluster I'm talking about. Can you see the module 4? For cluster, I'll show my real-time project as well. I'll show a couple of tools also. What is a SandDisk? How we can replicate SandDisk from one location to another location, from one region to another region. How the data synchronization between backend devices. Clustering is like you'll be having active node and passive node, multi-node and singular node. These are all I'll discuss. Even the clustering is there in Oracle also. Guys, is it making sense?
Yes, yes.
Can I move forward?
Yes, please.
Yes. So most in my local mission, In my local machine, log shipping, replication, pin to pin I can teach. Even mirroring also I can teach. But if you want always on cluster, then I'm going to launch, I'm going to deploy 2 virtual machines in cloud so that I can show it to you always on and cluster. Oh, I'm sorry, my laptop is okay. Guys, I hope it is making sense to you. Clustering is like,
Yes, yes.
from editions from lower version to higher version, clustering is possible. Upgradations and patchings, and when you can do cluster patchings, when you can do like service pack installations. These are all I'll tell you. Can you see the SAN importance? These are all not our duty. It's all Windows team duty. But again, I'll teach you in my class. I'll make you as Windows admin along with SQL admin, because if you go and say I only know SQL admin, it's not good for you. Nobody will hire you, because when you're performing any patchings or when you're installing cluster, at least if you have basic idea about Windows also, it's going to be pretty easy for you to work on the both ways, right? What do you mean by automatic failover? It's a Windows level concept and Windows level features. And another thing is, can you see database performance tuning? This is also important for us. Indexes, types of indexes. Mainly these duties for developers, but again I'll teach you here so that you can work on developing part as well. And managing servers and databases. This is another section. Important commands. These are all I'm going to document it. I'm going to provide it to you. I'm going to document it. I'm going to provide it to you. If you want, you can see it in my previous classes. You can see how I'm going to share them. Can you see? Just yesterday, can you read these messages? While configuring snapshot replication, I fixed below issues. I shared again that page diagram, whatever I draw. This has happened yesterday. Can you see here? Yesterday. Okay, this is how I'll share it. And I told them tomorrow I'm going to cover it. How to add extra articles into snapshot replication, transaction replication, and merge replication. Okay, this is how my classing will be. And also if you look into the previous, can you see log shipping, DB refresh? Step by step I given to them, guys. He asked me DB refresh. He asked me about DB refresh from one server to another server. I make it as a step-by-step document. I told him to follow these steps. Definitely, you can implement without any downtime, without any distraction in your production boxes. Unnecessary things and all, avoid if you follow my steps one by one. Everything I'll make it as a document. I'll share it to you. Now, configuring database mail to Hotmail. Can you open this? I shared one document to them. Can you open? I downloaded it just now. See how much I'm going to document it in my own hands. Can you see it here? Where you want to go and how you want to click it, what is the port numbers, everything I'll give pin to pin. These are all my own documents. Even I'll give it to you, but one by one as per the modules. I'm not going to give everything to you right away. Again, I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to give you everything right away. One by one, I'll give it to you. Guys, is it making sense? Scripts also I'll give it.
Yes.
Scripts also I'll
Yes,
give it to
Giri.
them.
Yeah, Giri, I have a question. Are we covering like a monitoring part, like how we monitor?
Yeah, definitely. Without that, that is difficult. Right? Oh, did I close my photo? Okay, I'll go ahead and open. Yeah, that is also. If you scroll down, that is monitoring when any one high availability if you implemented high availability disaster recovery like log shipping, mirroring, clustering, always on. These are all the most important. If you configured any one of the high availability technology, you need to monitor every day. That is your duty. If you are not monitoring, implement alerts. There is alerting system in every server. Every server alerting system is there. You can go ahead and you can implement that. Can you see it here? Monitoring tools. And every day when you're logging, you have to monitor. If you have only one server, you have to monitor agent jobs, SQL Server health checks, disk utilization, what is the CPU growth, whether CPU spike is increasing or decreasing. Okay, is there any network glitches? You have to monitor each and everything. That is called as housekeeping. That is called as health checking. Okay, and if something goes wrong, you have to go and monitor error logs. Windows error log is there, SQL Server error logs are there. We will easily look into each and every step one by one. Okay, now one more thing is called as main is discussing real-time scenarios. For example, if I go and installing SQL Server, what kind of issues we may get it, how we can fix them. Okay, because whatever I'm doing it in my live project, I'll show it to you here. While installing, what kind of issues we'll get it, how to fix them. How will reply to the questions, either your clients, your project leads, or whoever is going to ask you, hey DBA, hey Khan, hey Raja, I got this so and so an error. How we can fix them? How will we email to them? The last one is called as resume preparation. If you want it, this is optional. This is not for every guide. If you want it, I'll modify it. I'll give it to you. The roles and responsibilities. I'll share the sample resumes to you guys. You can do it. And also, I'm going to share it my inter questions, whatever I prepared. I prepared my own document, inter questions document. Later, not now. Everything is one day. I'll not give it. When now that module comes, I'll share the documents. I'll share the T-SQL scripts. I'll share that, and I'll also upload my recorded videos. Where is that? See here, the folder name is called as videos. Can you see it, guys? Folder name is called as videos. See how many videos I'm uploading on day to day. Every day, whatever I'm covering, I'll upload into this page. You can download it if you are in Australia, if you are in Chicago, if you are in some Canada, wherever you are, you can download it. Every video is recording. This demo also it is recording. Let me check if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's recording. This demo also recording. Everything will be recorded pin to pin. This is my training will be, and I'm going to teach you in Paint also. I'll draw a diagram, why it is required, what are all the checklists, what are all the prerequisites before implementing anything. Prerequisites means whatever is required to implement that particular option, that particular feature. Okay. This is what my demo. If you have any questions, if you are expecting something else, please, you can ask me and you can ask me. So we do always created one group, right? MSSQL. Khan and Raja. Already you people are there. So tell me if you're expecting something else. If not, we will go ahead and we'll talk on some module first. One by one. One more thing I would like to tell you. If this module is completed, I'll mark as yellow. Like this. I'll mark as yellow. That means I'll confirm with you. Is there any doubt on this uninstalling SQL Server? Is there any doubt on instant type of SQL Server? I'll mark it and I'll skip to the next module. Like this, I'll teach it. Khan, Raja, Tushar.
Yes, Giri, that sounds promising and everything looks good for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
And
the thing
also,
is like,
and also one more thing, if you didn't get what you expected, you can ask me right away, no problem at all, during the interview panel. So, but what I expected from you now is, you're expecting little faster than normal guys, because you already more experienced than me. So you know what is database, the architecture level, you are guys are most experienced people. So instead of theoretical part, you can directly, like theoretical part, maybe some less, hardly some 4-5 minutes. You can directly go ahead into the practical environment. Am I right?
Yeah, that's what Mahmood has mentioned.
Okay.
So we'll just jump into main architecture before we do go for a model one. We are very much interested first for architecture. Just
Okay.
let us know the architecture first. Okay. Then we'll continue with the flow which you have
Yes.
mentioned here. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
That's
most
fine.
of the concepts about the database remains same from the Oracle and SQL Server perspective, but
Yeah.
we'll be looking the differences between both the technologies. Okay.
Okay, so that you already know Oracle, I'm going to teach you MSSQL Server. You can differentiate it very easily. What are the data types they will use there, and what are the data types here? What are the high availability technologies here? What is the database architecture here? Right? These are all you already knows about Oracle. Whatever I'm going to teach you here, you can see the difference. Immediately, you can see the feel the difference also. If you want it, I'll take another session. What is the difference between Oracle and SQL Server? I don't think you require separate session. On day-to-day life, whatever I'm teaching you, you can compare with your Oracle. If you compare it, that's fine. If you don't want to compare, I'll take separate session. No problem at all.
Yes, yes, Gary, that's fine. See, if you look into, if I personally look into this course, my main agenda is to basically crack the interview. So still we wanted to understand that architectures and the things how it works. So it will be easier for us to answer, like as we are already working in MSSQL. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I understand.
So
That I'll cover it. You don't need to, think about it.
how
That
yeah
I'll
how
cover it.
we do things on day-to-day basis is a bit different, but when something being asked in an interview and the expectations from their side, it's totally different, right? So we want to focus on those areas.
Definitely, after completion of interview, training, what are the full-fledged training, definitely you will get good confidence so that you can go and crack the interview. I'm pretty sure of it. Because on daily activities, guys, this is the interview question. Please make a note. If you're making a note or if you're watching this video again, that's up to your decision. Or if you want me to prepare all these questions in one document, if you want me to share, I'll share it. That is also fine for me. I'm giving multiple ways to you guys.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. Thank you.
So this is just kind of demo. So that is the main reason I want to show you to demo. If you people likes it or don't likes it, I'm not really sure. If you likes it, we'll continue from tomorrow. Demo is just kind of what I'm gonna teach, how is my teaching will be. So the main is one more thing I would like to show you to here. If you go and search in Google, I hope you know my name, right? Giri space SQL DBA. Whenever if someone is asking one new question, can you see my article here? Click on it. So these are all the articles you can see. So if you ask me any new question, one day one guy asked me, hey, what is SQL Server architecture? So one day one guy asked me. So I thought I want to just make it in very simple document. I just documented it. What is the DDL, DML, TCL? These you guys already know, but just simple kind of things. Unused indexes. Every table will be having indexes, even in Oracle, even in SQL Server. So how to find unused indexes? You can drop them, right? You can detach that from your SQL database. You can delete those unused database, unused indexes. See now, very simple. I just documented it. So these are all my articles and blogs. Outdated statistics. You can go and search in Google about my blogs. You will get it. Giri SQL DBA. Search in Google as Giri SQL DBA. You will get that all my pages here. What is the log file growth? If something is new, definitely I'll make one simple article here. Can you see? Managing DBA stated that they can't be able to sync the log file. Why? Some people are saying I can't able to sync the log file. Why? Because every day I'm getting calls from my friends. They're asking, Macha, I'm trying to sync it, but I can't able to sync it. Can you help me out? What is the main issue? Why you can't able to sync it? So like this, if I receive any new request, definitely I'm going to fire up one new log. It's very simple. I don't want to teach you like hundreds of pages. I'll keep it in mainly 1 or 2 pages. That is more enough. Okay, guys. And another thing is, I told you already, I'm a local committee member. I'm certified in SQL Server Database Admin. So we'll start every day one by one. 1 minute, guys, if you don't mind, please.